Hi, good night. So it's Cafeteria Lavish with Mona Interfatiga Heights, and yes, it's my birthday. Do it like it's your B day. Baby, do it like it's your B day. Baby, do it like it's your B day. Baby, every time he around, I ride it like a no man. I'm not lying. You know, gal wanna shine. Gal no shine, gal no feel good. God no. Shine me up. Sign me up and sign me up. Yeah, you. Hi, good night. Yes, it is Coffee Tea or Leverage with Mona Indefatigable Heights, and it's been ages. And I wondered if you missed me, and I do definitely miss you, just to let you know. I missed you immensely with every part of me. Sometimes, you get into these new projects and they carry you away. And the way that I am is that I am so dedicated to what it is that I do that I cannot like afford to fail. And so I put everything into whatever I'm doing. And so with my new projects, I have placed everything of myself into them. And so it has taken up quite a bit of my time and it has made me exhausted. And I used to have insomnia. I do not have it anymore. And if you notice, maybe my bags are not so bad. These bags under my eyes, the bane of my existence, which I shall be henceforth taken care of as soon as you. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Yes, I have changed my look. I am wearing my natural look. I don't know. I think it has something to do with my evolution or my spiritual evolution and the growth and my Ori, my head, and just being free and natural and just, I'm embracing self. I don't know if I love it. I probably do not love it, but I'm still going to rock with it. So I'm going to lean with it, rock with it, lean with it, rock with it. You know, you know, you know, you know. So, well, I have had quite a month. Things have occurred, things have transpired. Um, as always, we're looking for, growth and development, and that's what's occurring. I told you to look out for some new things that will be happening. So those are coming shortly. I'm in the process of figuring out how I want to move into the next step, which I'm working on right now. So I'm figuring like, excuse me, I'm figuring like maybe a new face over a new overall of the site and everything. And I'm getting to that, just to let you know. So yes, happy birthday to me. I quite enjoy myself. I just had to give you a piece of me and a part of me. And I love this dress. And 2021 is going to be the year of lilac for me. 2022 is the year of lilac for me. So you'll see a whole lot of that. So just to let you know, I'm stepping into lilac. It's something that really uplifts me and uplifts my spirit. It makes me feel so good. So you'll see a lot of it. A lot of brightness and a lot of light. To. So there's some things I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the Governor Andrew Cuomo. Uh, Hold on. I wanted to talk about that. Um, what was going on was the fact that we had the governor last year. The governor, well, it's my birthday. I could cry if I want to. So Cheers. Anyway, so um the governor last year, I believe it was, went through a very bad situation where he was flayed on the national media, and the media, like, they took up a whole campaign against him, and it was a targeted media campaign to take him down, and I'm here to discuss that tonight. I'm here to bring that to you, and I'm here to explore that with you. Allegedly, this is allegedly, so you know, this is Cafeteria Labrish. Everything that I speak about myself, I believe is true and factual. Whatever I discuss about any celebrity, any politician, politician, anybody that is not myself is alleged, and so therefore it is entertainment purposes only. But we gonna move forward into clearing up the name of Andrew Cuomo, because I'm not exactly certain what occurred. So now, in the facts that Andrew Cuomo was governor, and it seemed like some people wanted to get rid of him. I'm not sure who it was, but it's very interesting. And what happened was Cuomo, these women came out. They decided that they were going to file sexual harassment against Andrew Cuomo. These allegations came forward. He was very close with the Attorney General Tish James, allegedly, and um, they endorsed each other up until that time. Somewhere around there, she promised him allegedly that she would not um, investigate these allegations herself, but that she would appoint an independent commission to do the investigation. And apparently, that did not occur. And then, every time that this news were about to be released, every time these news were about to, so like coincidentally, like every time she was releasing information about the case, it was leaked to the media like before the report was made through the regular channels. And it was just like, I began to read into it, and I was like, this is interesting, because I was over there trying to advocate for myself, talking about justice for me, when the people done let me know that she was, and I'm looking for justice from the Attorney General, like, oh, help me, Department of Justice, because I'm a victim of hate crime, blah, 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 which we all know that I am and have been and continue to be, um, whilst living in this current home. But praise be to God Himself, because I have decided to live my life and that I am not going to be a prisoner anymore. And that's that. So now we're discussing it and we're talking about it. So I'm out there and I am advocating for myself, and I'm like, yes, I need to know what's going on with this. Next thing I know, I see this information popping up in front of my eyesight, talk about the woman, and she's running for governor. Mind you, she just won the Attorney General. This is the Attorney General, Tish James, allegedly. She just won the Attorney General position, and she going for governor position. How you gonna help oust the man out of position, and then you gonna try to get the position? Where they do that at? I say no to Tish James for governor. I do not understand why she would want to do that. And for people that you are endorsing them and them, I just feel like they done sold that position and used coma blood to buy it. I don't know how it went, but apparently, allegedly, these women that came out against Como are like people who are unsavory characters. And you know, this one woman, I'm gonna let the story tell it, but this one woman, she was like in college, and she was expelled from college because she tried to get a young man that she allegedly had been dating, I think, expelled from college for sexual harassment, and they found out that that was a lie. And so she has done the same thing before, that this person that she tried to do to Como now. Of course, Como go, like, they're like, why did Como resign? He's guilty. No, he resigned because that was the only way he'd be able to, you know, run for governor again. Because if he sat there and let them impeach him, then he would have no chance, and his opportunities would be shot if they had tried him in any court based upon how they were already trying him in the court of public opinion. I know what it feels like to be tried in the court of public opinion because the hate crime that I'm going through, I am going through because of my spirituality, which is my religion, which is not the religion that is practiced in my country, which is Jamaica. So a lot of people would say that I am like what they call a obia worker, and that is something that is banned in my country and illegal there. So I couldn't even practice my spirituality in my country. So I understand about being tried in that way because people will look at me as, let's say, oh, she's an obia worker, and ostracize me and not want to talk to me. But to God be the glory. Like, I have a good spirit that I was born with, that God gave to me, that people love me, and people do not care about the reality of what I am and how I live my life. And I've tried to be open and honest with everybody that I possibly can so that I could be the best that I could be, so that I could walk the best road that I'm supposed to walk and not have to hide myself from my friends and my family and the people that I love, and they love me too, and they accept me for who I am, spirituality and all. Thank you, God. Because if they didn't, I don't know what I would do. Just like Como and his family and his supporters and his fans, us who support him no matter what, and we love him no matter what, and it is gonna be Como for governor. So I am here to endorse Andrew Cuomo for governor and Andrew Cuomo for president for 2024. I'm just gonna shoot my shot. I'm gonna put it out there right now. I ain't asking no questions. It's gonna be Cuomo versus Trump. That's what I see when I look behind the veil. But you know what how they do. So I wanted to give you a little bit of I wanted to give you, this thing is long and everything, but I got to give it to you because not only that did I tell you that they had met up in Clubhouse, Clubhouse app that I was talking about, that app that's like, Twitter and all that, but it's sound like you go in there and you make rooms and people talk about stuff. They created a room about how to take Como down, saying he was a dinosaur, and they were Democrats created a room about how they could take Como down. Like, legislators, like elected officials, were in the room on Clubhouse discussing how to take Como down. That's how bad they had that targeted me to take down, to take him down. The other day, he went and he was speaking at a church. Like, he spoke at two churches or whatever. It looked like it made Letitia mad. She came out and she was talking, and then the next thing you know, they came out with information from the uh the comptroller's office saying that he caused deaths of audit and all this stuff. Everybody going to declare who they are and what they're doing and what side that they're on. You got to declare your side, declare your side, declare your side, because it's not going to be Letitia for governor. I don't see it. I'm looking, 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 and I don't see it. I look beyond the veil, up and down, look up and down the veil. I do not see it. I just don't see it. I see some things happening that's not, that I don't see that. I don't see that. Let's talk about it. So March 2020, this woman named Lindsay Boylan, she's an unsuccessful candidate for Congress. And this information, you can find it on justiceforcomo.org. 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 You can find this information on justiceforcomo.org, because I'm just getting everything from there right now. And then I'm going to go around and show you the news. An unsuccessful candidate for Congress sends threatening text messages to members of the executive office. This was after Cuomo adjusted ballot access petitioning deadlines as part of a series of emergency measures to fight the COVID-19 pandemic. She treated this change for all candidates as a personal attack on her candidacy. She said, "I will find ways to respond. Life is long, and so is my memory, and so are my resources, and the future is coming after a-holes." Okay, so let's talk about Lindsay Boylan. Her work history is she's a toxic bully allegedly who had an affair with her boss and blackmailed him with him. Blackmail him with the affair. This man was Zemsky. So she worked for the Cuomo administration between 2015 and 2018. Lindsay Boylan, that is, allegedly. After employees complained about her being a bully and creating a hostile work environment, she was counseled regarding her behavior. She walked out of a meeting, quit her job, then she begged to come back to work a few days later, like 3 days later. So 2021, she claimed falsely that she left because of a toxic work environment created by others and was only allowed to go after several attempts. And then, according to witnesses and her own social media history, where she's putting up stuff talking about, I seen the social media, she loves working for Como. Como is the best boss ever. Como, 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 Como. She had very positive sentiments about Governor Cuomo. I saw them. During her employment, she had a sexual encounter with her boss, Howard Zemsky. That's the boss man. which she later used to blackmail him into supporting her sexual harassment claims, because he said that he didn't see no type of sexual harassment occurring between her and Coma. So she got mad and she sent him the text and she said, I cannot wait to ruin your life. And then he changed his story. Hold on. So she ran two unsuccessful political campaigns. When Governor Cuomo shortened the petition period for primary election candidates in March 2020 to reduce the spread of COVID, she sent threatening text messages to his senior staff. After losing the primary in June, later she announced her candidacy for Manhattan Borough President in November and started her allegations against Governor Cuomo and used his name to boost her profile and publicity. Her campaign platform was, I am Lindsey Boylan, a victim of Governor Cuomo. Here begins the targeted media takedown. So, she said that Cuomo said, let's play strip poker during a flight on the state aircraft. All witnesses who were on the flight stated immediately and later also testified that this did not happen, with one exception, Howard Zemsky, the former boss, who changed his recollection between his original statement, which aligned with all others, and his official testimony after she threatened to destroy his life. Boylan was in communication with Bennett, who supported Boylan's claims after offering her to help with her campaign. She also reached out to Anna Liss and Caitlin M. to add to her story, which they did. She also contacted several other women who did not support her claims about a toxic workplace and sexual harassment. Then she threatened the people that was not agreeing with her and wanting to do what she wanted, because this woman is like the devil, allegedly. So she has some stories that nobody takes seriously. She said they giving roses to female employees on Valentine's Day is exploiting power dynamics. Handshakes are RAPE culture, and a hand around her waist while taking a photo as something sexual she would not even do to her husband. This woman is out of control. She accused him further to have kissed her briefly on the lips as she walked out of the office. That never happened. The door was open, but there's no witness to confirm this claim. However, multiple witnesses said during their testimonies that they never saw the governor kiss anybody on the lips, and it would be completely out of character and stupid. Nobody who knows her and Cuomo takes her serious, something Letitia James told Melissa DeRoss at the beginning of the investigation. So her work for the Cuomo administration. So that's her. Ann Boylan, she started it. Lindsey Boylan, she started it. She is the one with the problems. She is the one that had the unsuccessful media campaign and decided to run on the back of Andrew Cuomo. Then she started to, after she decided to run for Manhattan Borough President, she started to run on a campaign that I am Lindsey Boylan and I am a victim of Andrew Cuomo, which she's not. I looked behind the veil and I did not see. I'm sorry. I apologize. I listen. I sincerely apologize to people who have been sexually harassed. I apologize to people who have been through that and who have been hurt by that, and I know what that is. I've been there in some type of way myself. However, so this is not an attack on those people at all. I'm attacking the story and the fallacy. I'm attacking the script. Mm-hmm. The script. So whatever that script is, I'm attacking it. It's not. It's just not adding up. She recruited co-accusers to support her. She communicated with other accusers. She said, Caitlin, who I know you talked to because I've spoken with her before, all this escalated, not about anything she talked about with you, but I just know she's probably on your list. She said, we overlapped and I actually reached out to her. There was a need to see if I could help tell a bigger story. So the first people I reached out to were Annalise and Caitlin. And she texts us with some of them all the time. So she was actually tampering with witnesses and coming in with this trip poker comment and all that. So that's just to tell you about her. She said on Valentine's Day in 2017, she received a rose from the governor's office, which she found creepy and exploiting the power dynamics with the women around him. Cuomo's office had been giving roses to female senior staff members for years. The list of recipients was created by Stephanie Benton. Cuomo testified he doesn't usually see the list, but that in his understanding, the top 20 or 30 women on the staff got a rose. This doesn't even have nothing to do with him. Okay? She's coming up with all these stories and all these lies. When I look behind the veil, I've seen that a lot of them they were flirting with him. He wasn't flirting with them. He was not interested. He was not interested with them. He was not interested at all. And he was not flirting with them at all. They were flirting with him. They wanted to they were trying to see how they could get the governor, and the governor was like, the governor is not looking at those people. I don't know why, but I did not see him looking at them, and my spirit did not tell me that. And so therefore I'm gonna go with my spirit, and I'm not gonna go with Letitia because I don't know her from nowhere. um Letitia James started to release testimonies from the witnesses about what they were saying and things of that nature, allegedly. So then that's Lindsay Boylan. So that was March 2020. She came out. June 2020, Charlotte Bennett, the one I spoke about before, she was senior briefer and executive assistant to the governor, reports to Chief of Staff Jill DeRosiers that she had uncomfortable, inappropriate conversations with Cuomo. She said that she didn't want to work in a role that required her to interact with him, and the executive chamber moved her into a position as health policy advisor the same week. This was the role in which she had shown much interest in, and she expressed satisfaction with this transfer. I told you they were buying and selling with this man blood. Bennett insisted she did not want an investigation, even though she was told they thought it was a good idea to have one. In a later follow-up conversation, she said she still considered him a friend. A lawsuit mentions her as participant in a coordinated false sexual assault accusation at her college in 2017. One Charlotte Bennett. Allegedly. Hold on. Charlotte Bennett is an activist and advocate who was a title at 1X peer advocate at Hamilton College. She founded Smart some at Hamilton College in 2016. She graduated with a degree in women's studies in 2017. She started to work as special assistant to Cuomo for briefings in January 2019 and has executive assistants in May 2019. According to her statement, during a Hamilton College Student Assembly meeting, she reported 7 events of abuse, including sexual assault, to the college by her ex-boyfriend. After investigating the incidents, the college only found him responsible for only one, walking into her living room while she was with friends on a Saturday night. A lawsuit filed by a former Hamilton College student, John Doe, lists her as a participant of coordinated false sexual assault claims. Dismiss Bennett. Charlotte Bennett, accusing Cuomo of the very same thing that she was accused of. Coordinated false sexual assault claims. That's it's a little murky. The water is murky. Very murky. So, yes, Papa, sleep on, Papa. In the court file, Bennett is referred to as Sally Smith. She's identifiable due to a reference to an article she published, and there are also 2 places in the court records, allegedly. And they have screenshots on justiceforcuomo.org of the docket and the information from the case that she was involved with from college and so on and so forth. So, she just didn't think that they were going to take it that far. So allegedly, she was supposed to only make the allegations. She did not want to be put into court proceedings. She didn't want to go to court. She didn't want to be investigated. She don't want the investigation. She just wanted to allege. She just wanted to put the allegations on him, and that's her role. She didn't want to go no further with it. They were trying to like prosecute it behind her, like with her even saying she don't want to, and it's been a mess. Allegedly. So on June 10, 2020, she reported to the governor's chief of staff that she had uncomfortable conversations with Cuomo and she didn't want to work with him, whatever. They quickly gave her the position that she had always wanted, and she was satisfied with that. After making these allegations, she attended a party at the executive mansion on June 19, 2020, where she interacted with Cuomo. She sent an email to Cuomo's close aides. She explained this behavior, saying she wanted everything to look like it was fine. In a follow-up conversation with the DeRosiers and special counsel, she said she did not want an investigation. Da 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 da. She also stated that she still considered Cuomo a friend. Soon after her transfer, Bennett resigned from her job. On her last day, according to her Instagram, she was still very positive about her experience working at the executive chamber and with Cuomo. Very, very positive. A lot of today was my last day at the executive chamber. Um, um, um. Today was my last day at the executive chamber. She didn't look like she was leaving angry. She looked like she was leaving happy. She's taking a picture smiling. Oh, okay. The report concludes Cuomo sexually harassed Bennett based on the following claims. Cuomo had detailed conversations with Bennett about her experiences with sexual assault that on certain occasions made her feel uncomfortable as if he were grooming her. Oh. He made inappropriate and offensive comments of a sexual nature to her, specifically talking about potential girlfriends for him, telling her that he would be willing to date someone as young as 22 and she's 25, asking her if she had been with older men, saying to her during the pandemic that he was lonely and wanted to be touched, telling her that he wanted to ride his motorcycle into the mountains with a woman, asking her if she was monogamous and what she thought of monogamy, joking about the size of his hands, telling her that she should get a tattoo on her butt where it could not be seen, and asking if she had any piercings other than in her ears. She stated that he never made sexual advances and never touched her. Excuse me. I'm stressed out. None of the comments, if they happened as she described, are of sexual nature. This is her subjective interpretation and unsubstantiated assumptions of his intentions. The evidence indicates that she does not differentiate between sexual and non-sexual, as well as appropriate and inappropriate, both in her own behavior and her interpretation of others' behaviors. Da 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 da. Her and Komobo described his communication with her as fatherly. Oh. According to her statement, their personal chats usually took place after work was finished. They talk about parents, sports, and motorcycles. She told him that he had similarities with her father and that she played soccer with his daughter. Relationships only came up once or twice in these conversations. Nothing indicates that he had a sexual interest in her, but rather that he spoke to her as he would his own daughters. He confirmed some of the conversations took place, but not as described by her. He denies some of those parts of the conversation, and it's just a different nature according to the conversations that they had. Yeah, so that's Miss Bennett. So, I don't know. So that's her. I'm telling you, y'all, I don't see no, I'm looking. I just, so then, after she decided she didn't want to be a part of a loss, like any type of charges, and she didn't want to press charges, and she didn't want any type of um legal consequences for whatever allegations she were making, and that there was no sexual advances to her, clearly. November 23, 2020, Boylan, who lost the primary for Congress, announces her candidacy in the June 2021 Democratic primary for Manhattan Borough President. December 5th, 2020, Boylan tweets that the most toxic team environment she ever worked in was with Como. Oh, damn. Like, okay, so you, okay, really? December 8, 2020, Boylan tweets, I have very important work to do getting elected. Oh, I guess so. It's like telling a whole lie on this man that was, America's hero for, a time frame, even especially COVID. People said they were walking their dogs and their cats and listening to Governor Cuomo and his addresses to the nation and all of these things. And people were like kept going, and people were in a state of like fear and loss, and this man kept it together and kept us together. And you're out there talking about you have important work to do, which is to get elected, which is bring this man down with your targeted media takedown, the targeted media takedown of Andrew Cuomo. I will not be spending my days responding to the trauma men like Governor Cuomo have caused, and if other women decide to come forward, I will back them up and elaborate. No, you are a part of a plan. This is a script. I'm getting back to my important work that made me willing to live in hell so long. So working for you, ma'am. Really, ma'am? A few hours after this tweet, Bennett contacts Boylan. Oh, she messaged her that she too experienced a toxic work environment and that she doesn't have a job. Well, okay. She then offers to help Boylan with her campaign, and Boylan responds that will help her if Bennett spoke to journalists. Oh, journalists. Okay. All right. No, sir. I was having a sip of rum. I haven't had rum in a very long time. And I don't drink anymore, but it's my birthday and it's my party, and I could cry if I want to. And I'm going to do it like it's my B day. when me talk about Governor Cuomo, me still I do it like I might be there. Right? So we right. So she. Anyway, so December 13, 2020, Boylan changes her accusations from toxic work environment to sexual harassment. She tweets that Cuomo had sexually harassed her for years and she's not the only one. Late 2020, early 2021, Brittany Commisso, this is another one, tells Cuomo that she's going through a divorce, which is putting financial pressure on her. This one right here is another one. Following this conversation, she also asked her supervisors for a raise. She was denied and to work more overtime hours. No promises were made. Her husband filed for divorce and a summons with notices recorded. February 24th. So let me talk about Brittany. Let me see how Brittany go. She's executive assistant number 1 in the Attorney General's report and Miss X in the position statement, but she has since revealed her identity. She started to work for Cuomo in the executive chamber as an administrative assistant in 2019. She's a close friend of another accuser, Alyssa McGrath, since high school. They're in fact so close that McGrath was listed as her emergency contact at work. Okay. Commisso claims Cuomo groped her in December 2019, November 2020. There are no witnesses, no evidence, and she never mentioned it to anyone, including her best friend, until March 3rd, 2021. She provided different versions on different occasions, which were inconsistent with evidence and other witness statements, and she contradicted herself repeatedly. She has a clear financial motive. She told Cuomo late 2020 she was going through a divorce, which created financial pressure. She spoke in late 2020 and early 2021 to her supervisors asking for a raise and more overtime hours on weekends. Her husband filed for divorce, and she started her allegations like 9 days later. So on March 9th, the lawyer contacted the executive chamber saying that he planned to file an administrative complaint on her behalf and that Comissa would not pursue the matter criminally. This indicates she was looking for a financial settlement and or a judgment. She said that he did all this stuff to her. There is no, proof of that. After the AG report was released on August 3rd, 2021, Cuomo's lawyer presented evidence showing that the alleged incident could have not happened on the date that she came with. She then gave another date to the Times Union, which proved impossible. And then on October 28, 2021, an investigator for Albany County Sheriff Apple filed criminal charges against Cuomo in Albany City Court for this incident and established in December 7, 2020 as the new date. So they start with November 16, then they said it was another date, and then she came with December 7th. Like, she just be changing the dates of whatever when that happened to her. Like, whatever happened to her, she just be changing the dates. Like, off rip, she just be changing the dates. Like, she done had 3 dates. Like, the same incident, but 3 different dates. Like, back to back to back. Like, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da. Like, ma'am, you must know the date that this man did this to you. Like, why do you not know the date? And why are you telling the media and telling the reporter and telling the investigator 3 different things? Now get this part. This part is the part that is very interesting because the attorney Attorney General released her report on August 3rd talking about this allegation. Cuomo's lawyer presented evidence showing that the incident couldn't have happened. Then October 28th, Sheriff Apple in Albany County filed criminal charges against Cuomo in Albany City Court for the incident. November 4th, 2021, District Attorney David Suarez sent a letter to the Albany City Court calling the complaint that the sheriff unilaterally and inexplicably filed was potentially defective and included portions of Commissio's testimony that were of exculpatory nature. My God. Let me see. Hold on. Exculpatory. Show or declare that someone is not guilty of wrongdoing. Charlotte, we're done with you. It excluded portions of the testimony that were showing about the wrongdoing. So, like, what are they doing? The sheriff was filing it by himself. Nobody else. The district attorney did not come up today. And then the district attorney said that the documentation was potentially defective. It was a mess. November 10, 2021, the Attorney General released her testimony, Brittany's testimony, which revealed that Brittany wore a long winter coat while she was allegedly groped. This crucial fact was discussed during the testimony and omitted by the Attorney General and her investigators in the report. This is a lot of omission and a lot of madness. It just doesn't. The water is very dirty. It's just a lot of dirty water that they came and threw in Cuomo's face, and it's very disrespectful. And it's all fallacies and fabrications, and cannot be proven. Has not been proven allegedly. And it is just wrong. And we need to clear Governor Cuomo's name. We need to get together and we need to clear Governor Cuomo's name. If you believe in Andrew Cuomo and you believe that Andrew Cuomo is innocent of all these stuff, you need to tweet and you need to share on your social media and you need to tell everybody justice for Andrew Cuomo for governor, because that's our governor and he has never not been our governor. And Tish James is not going to be the governor. And this woman, Kathy, I don't even know what she's doing. Like, she went and they booed her totally at some sports event. They had her cutting scissors, turned on the light. I don't know what she was doing, but it did not occur and it was not good. And I say, no, ma'am. You are not going to be governor. Andrew Cuomo for governor. Andrew Cuomo for governor. Andrew Cuomo for president 2024. Yeah. Um, Selfie. She got groped with her. She's a crazy one. When you look at her, you can see she crazy. Then you see how she hanging on to Governor Cuomo, her and her friend taking picture with him, talking about this man tried them. If you ever see the amount of time she had hugging up on the Governor Cuomo, trying to be so close to the man, pushing on her body, girl, go sit down. You could go. I'm done with you, miss. I'm done with you, ma'am. I'm not talking to you no more. Your time is up. Okay, so let's see what else occurred on the timeline. Okay, so Brittany. So that's what occurred. And then we're at Brittany. Oh, here. Brittany. Okay, so February 24th, 2021, Karen Hinton accuses Cuomo of bullying and being a master of the art of penis politics. In the same article that she's doing that, she promotes a book she's writing on this topic, which is penis politics. That's a plug. Like, come on. She was press secretary to Cuomo when he served as U.S. Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. In an article about men in politics written only 2 years earlier in 2018, she wrote, "I've been fortunate to have male bosses like Andrew Cuomo and Bill de Blasio who know how to be respectful of women even while being no-nonsense managers. So I don't know what changed." Lindsay Boylan published an article on Medium sharing more details about her harassment. She claims Cuomo said, "Let's play strip poker." Bennett promotes Boylan's article on Twitter. February 26, 2021, they start amplifying the story, and they're like going tag teaming now. And then February 27th, Bennett makes her allegations in an interview with the New York Times. So the New York Times jumped into it and decided that they were going to be a part of the Target Media takedown. I don't know what they were, why they would do that. She claims Cuomo harassed her by asking her personal questions, which she understood to be sexual advances. She know that's a lie. She fails to mention that she had been disclosing personal details to him unsolicited and repeatedly in previous conversations. None of the questions he asked, especially when taken in the context they were discussed, were obvious sexual advances. Are not obvious. It's just not. It did not occur. Anna Roche. She came in. Alleged sexual harassment during a wedding. Como officiated at the wedding. She claims he touched her bare back, placed his hands on her face, asked to kiss her, and then kissed her cheek. Let's see here. So Anne was not an employee of New York State or Governor Cuomo. So sexual harassment does not apply. Da 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 da. She wore a cutout dress exposing bare skin on her back. So if he put his hands on her back, it was because it was bare. Touching other people's back and kissing them on the cheek is normal behavior at such an event when you're at a wedding that you're officiating, and it like you hug somebody and give them a kiss on the cheek, like you kiss people on the cheek in greeting. Like, I just don't understand, Miss Ma'am. She said he cupped her face and asked her if he could kiss her, then kissed her on the cheek. There are photos of him cupping her face, not of a kiss on the cheek, but he didn't deny that this could have happened since it is practice, especially at such occasions, to give somebody a kiss on the cheek. The media did not release the photo of her clearly smiling at Governor Cuomo that was giving her the cupping of the face. Oh, there's this woman, Anna Liz. She gets a call from Barlin who wants to see if Liz will have stories about Cuomo to share. Liz, she came in and she worked in the executive chamber from 2013 to 2015. She gave an interview to Wall Street with Journal, which was published on March 6, 2021, accusing Como of inappropriate behavior. He asked if she had a boyfriend, called her sweetheart, kissed her hand, and touched her back while taking a picture in 2014. Like, what the? Like, what are these things? Like, did they really file a case for this shit? Like, what are we talking about? She probably kept that photo on her desk that she took with him at least until her interview in 2021. More than 6 years after her departure, she had a picture that she took with Como that she said he touched her inappropriately. He asked her, did she have a boyfriend, called her sweetheart, kissed her hand, and touched her back while taking a picture? Huh? Huh? None of her claims are sexual harassment or inappropriate behavior. She kept the photo she considers harassment proudly on the desk for years. He can't even remember her. She praised Como on her social media throughout 2020. So I'm not exactly certain what account she did for years after her departure, but also before and after and at her departure, like she's been praising him. So he does this. She worked there 2013 to 2015. How's the man supposed to remember her? So now they're with the Washington Post. Okay, so March 4, 2021, Bennett tells CBS Evening News anchor Nora Odell. So now I'm bringing it down the line for you because they're talking and they're talking to the news and the media is coming in and they're becoming a part of it, and this is how it became so blown up. Bennett tells CBS Evening News anchor Nora O'Donnell that Cuomo's propositioned her for sex. March 6, Hinton claims in an interview with the Washington Post that Cuomo embraced her in his hotel room in Los Angeles too long, too tight, too intimate. This was after a work event 20 years ago in December 2000. However, according to the article, she already spoke to the Washington Post on February 14. This means it was before Boylan's article and Bennett's appearance, yet she claims she came out with her story in order to support these three women. See, this was planned and already planned. I told you they was in the clubhouse. They were in the clubhouse. They were planning this shit. All right? Hold on. So Ann Liz spoke with the Wall Street Journal. After that, Brittany's allegations of about Cuomo appeared in an article in the Times Union on March 9, 2021. Politico reports a plot. Oh, okay, here we go. Politico reports a plot of the far-left New York State legislator, State Senator Alexandra Biaggi, Assemblywoman Yulene Neo, and State Senator Gustavo Rivera in a clubhouse chat room aimed at taking down Governor Andrew Cuomo. Rivera says the question we're asking is, how do we make it impossible for our governor to ever run again? Yeah, by saying that he sexually harassed to 100 damn women. Biaggi states that they would need a MFing army. The chat must have taken place between February 24th and March 12th, 2021. See the plans? See the plans? Okay, so for that, um, so, hold on. Politico, 3/12/2021, Clubhouse web.archive.org, Politico.com, date 3/12/21, Clubhouse politics, Democratic insurgents plot against Cuomo in digital space. A group of progressive New York State lawmakers convened in an audio chat room on the app Clubhouse recently to plan their takedown of Governor Andrew Cuomo. Their strategy was clear: use the digital space to outmaneuver the governor, a notorious technophobe. Everybody knows that he does not do technology, and so they wanted to use the technology to outmaneuver the governor. So they used a targeted media takedown to take him out. At the time, they were accusing him of covering up nursing home dates. They accused him of doing that, accused him of doing this, accused him of doing that, all at once to come in and try to take this man down. Okay? The question is, how do we make it impossible for him to ever run again? All right? The lawmakers were speaking in a room called Lit Politics Podcast. All right? While liberal members of New York congressional delegation took to public statements to call for Cuomo to step down, the left flank of the state legislature convened on Clubhouse. All right? This is what was going on. You can find that on Politico. Caitlin, a former executive chamber employee, alleges in an interview with New York Magazine that Cuomo hired her for her looks. Oh, goddamn. She says he abused her by commenting on her looks when she was rushing to arrive in the morning and coming in not ready to work, and saying she looked like a lumberjack when she wore a lumberjack pattern shirt. You know what? Caitlin said that he said she looked like a lumberjack when she wore a lumberjack pattern shirt. Okay. All right, Caitlin. I'm just going to stop there. There are a number of them. Their stories are conflicting. There's nothing occurring, and it's just not true. August 3rd, 2021, New York State Attorney General Letitia James announces she has found Cuomo guilty of sexually harassing multiple women and releasing her report, including 3 appendices of evidence which do not support her conclusion. In the report, 4 additional women are listed as victims. Cuomo attorney provides a position statement by the governor proving that the claim he groped commission on November 16 is false. Brittany files a complaint at the sheriff's office instead of the police department. Why? I don't know. Sheriff Apple gives a press conference on August 7, 2021, in which he declares her our victim before even starting his investigation. August 10, 2021, Cuomo's counsel gives a presentation pointing out the glaring and concerning issues with the Attorney General Letitia James' report, showing it was about building a case against Cuomo, not about a fair investigation to seek the truth. Following this, Cuomo announces his resignation because he knew at that point that, that it was all fabricated, it was a fallacy, and we needed to now strategize. We needed to step down and build strategy, because how could we keep going when this was strategized so well on their part? It was time for us to step to the side and find our own way of clearing his name. He announces his resignation to avoid months of political and legal controversy, but emphasizes that the report is politically motivated and untruthful. He also points out that specifically Comisso's allegation is false. It's false. There was a letter sent to the Judiciary Committee regarding the impeachment investigation, detailing many material omissions and errors that rendered the report flawed, unreliable, and misleading. Cuomo's lawyers sent a letter to the committee about that. October 27, 2021, several news outlets report that Letitia James is preparing her announcement to run for governor in 2022. October 28, so she announces that she's running for governor on October 27, and October 28, Sheriff Apple files criminal charges against Cuomo in Albany City Court. October 29, District Attorney David Soares issues a statement saying, like the rest of the public, we were surprised to learn today that a criminal complaint was filed against Andrew Cuomo. All parties are presumed innocent unless convicted. So there was 2 different factions in that area that were not together on the plan to take Cuomo down. Brittany's attorney issued a statement saying, like the district's attorney's office, she was informed about this recent filing through media. Well, damn, Brittany, you didn't agree to them filing this on your behalf? Indicating that the expectation was to inform Comiso and him first to decide if she wants to proceed as victim in the complaint, which she did, as he confirmed later. Sheriff Apple gives a press conference claiming he was surprised the summons were issued so quickly after his investigator met with a judge to obtain guidance in the filing of the complaint. He refers to Comiso repeatedly as our victim. Letitia James releases a statement claiming that the criminal charges against Mr. Cuomo validate the findings in her report, although they do exactly the opposite. According to her report, the incident happened on November 16. According to the sheriff's office, the incident occurred on December 7. Well, damn, So October 29th, Letitia James announces officially her run for governor 2022. Oh, okay. So was this the whole plan? So we're going to take Cuomo down and put Letitia James in the governor position? Tell me, because I just want to know. It just all seems so like step by step by step. It's like it just occurred in that manner, like chronologically. It just seems like it was just done in that way. It wasn't done any other way that I could see. Um, November 4th, 2021, District Attorney David Suarez sent a letter to the Albany City Court complaint calling the complaint the sheriff unilaterally and inexplicably filed potentially defective because the filing failed to include a sworn statement by the victim, but instead include a portion of statements she gave without oath in another proceeding, and even more troubling, excluded other portions of her testimony. This is crazy. November 8, 2021, Cuomo's attorney releases a letter to the Attorney General, Letitia James, requesting criminal investigation of Sheriff Apple for unlawful disclosure of grand jury information. She further demands James to appoint an independent prosecutor given her conflict of interest, which they said that James, when this situation occurred, allegedly, she promised Cuomo that she would appoint an independent prosecutor to um, investigate the whole entire situation, and then she began to investigate it herself. Um, so Cuomo's attorney demands James to appoint an independent prosecutor given her conflict of interest, or seek a referral from Governor Kathleen O'Toole to appoint O'Cool or whatever her name is to appoint a truly independent prosecutor. Glavin accuses Apple of leaking confidential information to New York Post reporter Bernadette Hogan. In addition, she refers Apple's willingness to disregard the law for his own purposes and to the detriment of individual rights. Apple admitted to manipulate the law, not matter if right or wrong, to get what he wants. November 10, 2021, the Attorney General's office starts to release transcripts selectively and with essential parts retracted. Damn. December 23rd, 2021, Nassau County District Attorney announces there will be no charges based on Trooper J's allegation that Cuomo ran his hand across her abdomen at an event. Um, December 27, 2021, District Attorney Miriam Roca announces in Westchester so Nassau County announces there will be no charges. Westchester County announces that her office will not criminally charge Governor Cuomo. January 4th, Albany County District Attorney declines to prosecute Cuomo. January 7th, Albany City Court Judge Holly Trexler dismissed the criminal case filed by Sheriff's Office on behalf of Brittany Comizzo. January 8, 2022, CNN reports that Manhattan DA office decided not to file charges based on a trooper's allegation that Governor Cuomo touched her back in his New York City office, and on the state entity employee's allegation that he touched her butt while taking a picture. January 31st, 2022, Oswego County declines its fifth DA to file criminal charges and dismisses the last case against Governor Cuomo. Yes, Papa, we got that out. So, there have been no successful allegations or charges against Governor Cuomo. It was a targeted media takedown, and it was very difficult for somebody to fight that when you do not, when you're not a part of social media. And so there are people that have been working on behalf of Cuomo, Justice for Cuomo, the website. There are some people on Twitter that are fighting for Cuomo for justice and things of that nature because it was not right. What they have done to this man and try to drag his name in the mud, his good name, is wrong, especially as one of our lawmakers and someone who has carried this great city. Um, so he has a new TV ad out. Andrew Cuomo does. I think he has 2 TV ads for governor, and I just want us to go ahead and declare what we feel about Andrew Cuomo, especially since he was bullied into stepping down. He was bullied. I don't know if you. I've been a victim of bullying. I've been a victim of hate crimes, and I know what it feels like and you might not know what it feels like, and you might not understand. But as a former victim, I do, and I just want to say that I am here to endorse Andrew Cuomo for governor. I'm endorsing Andrew Cuomo for president for 2024. And that's what I am doing, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to clear his name. I want us to um, use our social media as a weapon, as they did, and to clear Andrew Cuomo's good name. Tweet it, talk about it, share it, tell your friends what has happened, what has occurred. If you love our great governor, talk about it on your social media, share it, and continue to make his name clear. That's what we're going for in 2022, because we're looking for Andrew Cuomo for governor of New York City once again. It's been Cafetiere Labish. I want to thank you for speaking with me. As I said, you can always go to Justice for Como. I think I gave you everything as far as the story is concerned. I do have quite a bit of information on my Twitter about it. I've shared it. I've shared it. All of the stories that I've talked about, the different medias that the information was shared upon, and things like that. I'll also put some links in the description box below, to the news clippings that you could find about different things that occurred, the political conversation about the clubhouse, the information about the woman, and all of the people who have been accusing him, the information about the attorney general and what she has done that was like unethical, to step in and try to take the position in this manner. I just want to thank you for listening to me. I want to thank you for giving me your energy. I do miss you guys, and I love you so much. It's been Cafetiere Labrish, and it's Mona in the Fatiga by Ice, and that nabad at all.